Alright, so I'm going to break into a little bit of the surplus collection. And I just picked this up not too long ago. I CNR'd it. And I've always wanted an Enfield and pretty much a World War One. This one's an SHTLE 3 with the asterisk or the star. This was made in 1917 by Enfield. And looking at it is just great shape. It's numbers matching. Uh, it doesn't have the coin or the disc, but you know a lot of them came this way too. It does have the brass butt plate. This does open. It's a little tough. Jeez, I swear butt plates lately. And of course, there's nothing in it, and there's not the the string in the back. It's nothing. But I mean, looking at it is a great shape rifle. I know a pretty good amount about these, but I don't know everything. And I am kind of interested why it has this stock on it, because usually it would not have this roll pin or the cutout with the metal piece in it. Usually they would be just wood right here. This is like looks like an Indian stock almost. But yeah, I can't really make out the Enfield too well. And the crown, the GB is or GR is a little worn down. But I didn't mind. You know, it does have the round, the early date round, striker, cocker. Thing is really smooth, and trigger's nice, and it is number 1096. Yep. I'm still trying to go through all the markings on the cartouches and everything and write it down, match it up. And the early date. But really clean. The only thing I noticed in the beginning was this nose cap screw's missing. But you know, stock is numbered here, and it is matching. But that I took it down all the way, cleaned it. It was sitting in a good amount of Cosmoline still. I actually got this from a pawn shop in I think it was Maryland, because they are not around here. I can't find them. Just gun shows, I can't find them. Can't find them at my local shops. There was one, but it was a 22 trainer, and I just wanted the 303. But when I got it, the guy on Gun Broker, great ratings. This little story about you got to beware about online and not inspecting rifles first. Excuse me. So, great rifle, great condition, great wood, which does have great wood on it, not sanded at all. Said everything's there. So whatever, the screw's missing, not a huge deal when you can find them. I ordered one from Britain actually, and said the barrel was in great shape, nice rifling, no rusting or pitting. That was bullshit. And said it functions fine, but said they didn't test fire it. Okay. So I get it home. I get it down here. Barrel is completely frosted over with rust. So I'm like, it's probably not going to rust like that in the 3 days of shipping. Possibility, maybe, but probably not. And then, I don't have a gauge or anything, but first test, bullet test, all the way to the case. Just, maybe just like a millimeter still, I like to have them, you know, here, stay pretty good. Nope. Barrel's basically smoked. Still haven't shot this thing yet, but I'm sure it'll keyhole. And when it does, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I really don't want to fucking counterbore this thing. I don't know if I'll leave it as a wall hanger and get another one. I don't know if I'll sell it and lose my money. And I don't know. Maybe it'll shoot fine. I don't know about that though. With that muzzle erosion, that might not. I mean, I'm guessing pretty good on the side. It's gonna keyhole the shit out of everything, and that's for that's PPU ammo right now. And I got some of that's surplus the Israeli stuff, and that just sinks all the way to the case. And guys were saying that they have problems with that stuff in the first place. And let me grab it real fast. I can't remember. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, never mind. It's this stuff. WPA. And they are 174. And this PPU, that's what I gauged it with. It's also 174. So with the what is it? I think this is the Russian stuff. But yeah, or the Wolf classics, military classic stuff. So here is the PPU. And then the Wolf, or the military classic. That stuff sinks basically all the way down past to the case. So, and guys were complaining about the bullets not being a true, and they're saying they were keyholing out of good rifles, which I can definitely see that. Because if this thing's sinking all the way down to the brass, and probably past the brass, it's not going to touch the lands and grooves. You know, this stuff, at least it stops with some brass showing still, or you know, some copper casing. So I only bought one 20-round pack of this stuff just to try out, because you know it's cheap though. I mean it's like $8 for 20 rounds, $8 or $9. This stuff, $14, but who cares if, you know, why you buy a bunch of that crap that won't even shoot straight. I've been thinking about maybe loading some oversized rounds for this thing, just slugging it and see what it truly is. But I mean, at the end of the muzzle, it's just gonna have to take it out and shoot it first, I guess. But that was my one big issue. It does have nice markings on it. It is nice and blued. I mean, great looking rifle. But the other thing, you know, that I checked immediately was the bolt. And you can see, I'm just putting a little pressure on it. Pop. Right off the rail. So, yep. So when I load around and I try to load it, the bolt head pops up, gets jammed up, you know, going into the breech. So basically, this is a single shot rifle. I did buy another bolt head, and it does work. It keeps it in the channel. I could put pressure on it, but that bolt head doesn't clock right with this bolt. So I ordered a whole new bolt and bolt head that clocks correctly. Hopefully the claw on the bolt head is okay, and it just really sucks because this is a numbers matching rifle that is no longer going to be a numbers matching rifle. So Uh, yeah, just really got to watch out. Kind of got smoked on this one. I didn't pay a whole lot for this, which is my only, I probably paid 150, 200 less than what they're actually really going for, in this in this condition, looking wise. But or what people are asking for. You know, I got it for under 400, so not an awful deal. There's some crazy guys on Gunbroker, man. Some guys want like 12, 1,500 bucks for these things, and they're never gonna sell. There's one seller that wants just $1,000 more for everything. I don't know how the guy's in even business, but this would be a great example of it, of a World War I Enfield. Just you know, it just pisses me off when you buy something and you think, okay, it's gonna be a shooter, whatever, and then now it's not even a shooter. It's just something I gotta dump more money into. And I mean, thank God that the other bolt, it doesn't jump out of this this rail, because then, I mean, this thing would be worn, and it does look a little worn, but it's not bad. And hopefully the other bolt will fix it, and I can shoot it and see how accurate it is. And if I have to make special rounds for it, or just counterbore the original barrel, which I don't want to do. You know, I like shooting all my rifles. I don't like keeping them in the safe or keeping them on a wall. So I did get a DP bolt head for this, and it does seem to work. So, but I'll show you about the clocking. And the headspace is fine. I mean, I'm not going to get into all that craziness. You know, guys want .740 for max, and then some guys say .630. Both of these heads are .636. But another thing is, on the early ones, there was a different firing pin. And I'm sure somebody's going to school me on this, but it does have a cut. And some people are saying you can use this to take the firing pin out because there's a notch on them. On the older ones, on the newer ones, there is no notch. And these will work with the newer firing pins, but these won't work with the older firing pins. This one does have a newer pin in it. Can't really see it, but it doesn't have that hump or keyhole on it. So when clocking, you know, they used to say up to 5 degrees and then 10 degrees, whatever. But this thing, it doesn't. It's about 10 degrees, 15 degrees under clocked. You know, it has to line up with this to even get it in the bolt or in the rifle. So can't get it in the rifle. But I was just testing. So if I unscrew it by one, I mean, there's no way it would. It's gonna have the headspace, but yeah. See how tight this damn thing is? Hold on. That's when I figured I might be onto something. There we go. All right. So with this bolt head, nothing. Doesn't pop out at all on the whole rail. So that's what I'm hoping, that you know, this bolt head will, or if I get a new bolt head and a bolt that'll actually clock right and give me the correct headspace, that I can actually use this rifle. So those are a couple things to watch out for, guys, when you're looking at these Enfields. And I don't know how much headspace, how important it really is. A lot of the British guys that have these rifles forever, they say us Americans worry too much about headspace, but I mean, you might as well just check it with a go or no go or field gauge. They're cheap. They're a lot cheaper than buying another rifle or barreling another rifle or having surgery. Me, I don't really headspace a lot of stuff, but some of this older stuff, might as well. But yep, there's my Enfield. Hopefully I'll get it running, and maybe I'll do some range videos soon. I just have no time at all. But yeah, well, I'll get this thing running, and I'll let you guys know what I do with it. Thanks.